Well, hello, all of my students. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Jay, and it's time for another English lesson where I have the opportunity to help you with your English comprehension, vocabulary, and help you improve your fluency. On today's lesson, I have a read and repeat English lesson. I might have to start calling this my world famous since I believe this is what you guys enjoy here on my channel. So, as always, you can read along with me as we read through today's story. I will read through the story, I will pause, talk about certain vocabulary words, phrases, and add my little commentary to the story as well. All of that is down in the description of today's lesson. If you need subtitles to help you along, those are available. And at the end of today's lesson, I will have a let's talk about it question. So I hope you're ready to dive in. Today's story is pretty funny to me. Also, be sure to get involved and drop down in the comments section and leave me your thoughts and answers to today's story. I hope you're ready to have a little laughter and some learning. Let's dive into today's lesson. Teddy, a 40-year-old man with a love for basketball, decided to join a local competition. Let's read and repeat. Teddy, a 40-year-old man with a love for basketball, decided to join a local competition. Now, what is the compound word in this sentence? You know that I enjoy talking about compound words. Basketball, that's correct. Two words in one. Now, a local competition in basketball here in this country, we call it a pickup game. So if you want to go to a gym or there's an outside public court and you don't know anyone, that is a competition, but we also call it a pickup game. Let me know, what do they call local competitions in your country? Whether someone is playing soccer, football, basketball, if I wanted to go out in the general public and play, what do they call that in your country? I think it's great to go out in public and play sports because it helps you to exercise, especially if you're 40 and over. Me and my wife have these discussions all the time about exercising. We like to walk together, but I try to lift weights because let me tell you something, young students, the older you get, the less flexible you become. And so we try to do little small workouts here around the house, but it's not a competition, it's a workout. Excited to show off his skills, he hit the court with the energy of a teenager. Let's read and repeat. Excited to show off his skills, he hit the court with the energy of a teenager. Now, when you hit the court or hit the field, it's not actually like you are running up and you're hitting the court or the field. We say to go play. So I'm about to hit the court, I might say. So I'm about to go play sports. Or you may say to someone, so when are you going to hit the field? So you're asking them, at what time are you going to play that particular sport. Now, to show off your skills, notice the sentence says he was excited to show off his skills. So in basketball, you dribble, you shoot, you pass. And so when you want to show off, you're pretty good at doing something and you want to brag to others how good you are. So you're a little fancy. You put a little, as we say, razzle dazzle on your skills. However, as the game progressed, Teddy quickly realized he was in over his head. So when you're in over your head, another way we describe that as being you have bitten off more than you can chew. You're trying to accomplish something that is quite difficult. You're in over your head, or you've bitten off more than you can chew. And when you're 40 years old trying to play a sport with teenagers, it's going to be a funny and probably painful experience. Let's read and repeat. However, as the game progressed, Teddy quickly realized he was in over his head. Think about it. When you're in the water and the water is over your head, you're in danger. So when something is over your head, it's more than you can handle. Trying to keep up with the younger, faster players, he pushed himself too hard and ended up hurting his back and ankles. Let's read and repeat. Trying to keep up with the younger, faster players, he pushed himself too hard and ended up hurting his back and ankles. I will never forget when my son was younger, he played in local competitions or on a local basketball team. And I called myself trying to go out and help the coach the team. And we were doing drills and I was trying to show off my skills and I sprained my ankle. I called my wife and she was like, "What'd you do?" I said, "I may not can drive home." My right ankle is messed up and it was very funny, but it was painful. I remember sleeping in the bed that night with my foot elevated. I had to go to the doctor and they put a cast on my foot and it was hilarious. I learned right then, it's only so much you can do the older you get. As he limped off the court, Teddy felt like he had bitten off more than he could chew. So that describes what I talked about earlier. He was in over his head. Let's read and repeat. As he limped off the court, Teddy felt like he had bitten off more than he could chew. Now, one key vocabulary word here is limped. When a person limps, they are not able to put weight or pressure on their legs, ankles, or their feet. So they're hopping, they're hobbling, okay? They have a limp. He was in the same boat as his fellow players, but his body just couldn't keep up like it used to. How many of you feel like Teddy? It looks so fun to see these young people do so many great things with their body, but you're like, I'm not 20 anymore. I cannot keep up with you. Let's read and repeat. He was in the same boat as his fellow players, but his body just couldn't keep up like it used to. So one phrase, if you notice here in this sentence, is in the same boat. So when you say, look, we're all in the same boat, it means that we're all experiencing the same situation or circumstance. So if it were raining outside and I was the only one that had an umbrella and you were trying to get up under the umbrella and you said, Jay, I'm getting wet, I may say, look, we're all in the same boat. I'm getting wet too. Okay. Despite the pain, Teddy couldn't help but laugh at the situation. Let's read and repeat. Despite the pain, Teddy couldn't help but laugh at the situation. Now, I want you to notice the word couldn't. It's two words in one that's shortened. Could and not. Couldn't. Okay? Couldn't. Or you could say Teddy could not. After all, you're only as old as you feel. And right now, he felt every bit of his age. I like to tell people, look, you're making me feel old. That's why I think it's good to hang around young people, especially when you're up in age, because young people can just make you feel younger. They're so vibrant, energetic. They're always on the move, and they just put some pep in your step. Okay. And that's a term that we use to say they give you a little energy. Let's read and repeat. After all, you're only as old as you feel. And right now, he felt every bit of his age. Teddy's friends joked that he had bitten off more than he could chew. But Teddy just grinned through the pain, knowing that he had given it his all. Isn't that how life is? Sometimes life can be very painful, but you should just do your best and give it all you got. Let's read and repeat. Teddy's friends joked. Now, when you joke, you make fun of someone. That he had bitten off more than he could chew. But Teddy just grinned. A slight smile is a grin. Through the pain, knowing that he had given it his all. So sometimes while you're learning English, it can be quite painful or difficult, but just give it your all. Keep studying, keep trying. Just like Teddy, you'll look back on it, you'll learn, and you'll see that, hey, I gave it my best effort. And here's the last sentence in today's story. He may not have won the game, but he had certainly won the respect of his teammates and a story to tell for years to come. Let's read and repeat. He may not have won the game, but he had certainly won the respect of his teammates and a story to tell for years to come. Excellent, excellent. What a wonderful story, in my opinion. Now, I am going to read through the entire story at a faster pace. Again, you can follow along with me as I read in the comments section, or you can watch here on the screen. I will not stop, laugh, or give you any explanations. I'm going through quickly so you can get the rhythm of the words. All right, let's go. Teddy, a 40-year-old man with a love for basketball, decided to join a local competition. Excited to show off his skills, he hit the court with the energy of a teenager. However, as the game progressed, Teddy quickly realized he was in over his head. Trying to keep up with the younger, faster players, he pushed himself too hard and ended up hurting his back and ankles. As he limped off the court, Teddy felt like he had bitten off more than he could chew. He was in the same boat as his fellow players, but his body just couldn't keep up like it used to. Despite the pain, Teddy couldn't help but laugh at the situation. After all, you're only as old as you feel. And right now, he felt every bit of his age. Teddy's friends joked that he had bitten off more than he could chew, but Teddy just grinned through the pain, knowing that he had given it his all. He may not have won the game, but he had certainly won the respect of his teammates and a story to tell for years to come. What a great story. What a great story. Okay, as we conclude today's lesson, let's talk about some questions that I have here prepared for you. What does it mean to be in the same boat? What does it mean to be in the same boat? If you're still hanging around on today's lengthy lesson, make sure you let me know down in the comments section. And number two, are there public basketball courts or gyms in your country? Let me know what country you're from, and do they have public basketball facilities, gyms, places that you can go and exercise? Let me know down in the comments section what country you're from and how it's set up in your country. Well, that's going to do it for today's lesson. Don't forget, you can be a member of the channel. You can show your support by being a member here on the channel. Just click on that join button. I have it down in the description of today's lesson. There is a link you should see as star, and there's a link at the end of the sentence. You can click that and become a channel member. And if you would like to book a one-on-one English lesson with me, I actually have a scheduled booking today with a student, and I'm quite excited about meeting my new student today. You can do that. That link is also down in the description. Well, as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and allowing me to help you to improve your English. Make sure you exercise to keep that body in shape and practice your English every day. With that being said, you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.